Let's see. Something like this. I mean, to say she did hide, and if she didn't, they were definitely going to find her. Let's see. I think, Dami, you should say... I think what you want to say is, even if she had been hiding, they were going to find her. Or they would have found her. Okay? Even if she had been hiding, they would have found her. Okay, that's how I would answer that, or that's how I would write that sentence. Helen, no, I didn't sleep that well, but I mean, it was really just because I just went to bed late. I went to bed at around 2 a.m. It is 9 a.m. in my country right now. Yes, I do love carbonara. Why has the color of my picture changed? Well, because I have some new lighting. Hello, Anna. Bellin, not drawing the red town. You mean painting the town red. Painting the town red, yeah, means to go out and like have fun and do, spend some money and enjoy yourself. Why did I go to bed so late? Baby Pete, 因为我是夜猫子. I'm a night person, Pete. I just like the nighttime. The nighttime is the right time. So, this morning, this is, like I said, this show is English Origins. And on this show, what I usually do is I try to explain to you how learning suffixes and affixes and the origins of where English words come from can be very useful for you for your vocabulary. Am I going to have a lunch nap, Yara? Probably not. That's another thing that I was surprised by is when I lived in Taiwan, one thing that many, many people did is they took naps in the middle of the day. Even at work. At work, people would have lunch and then take an hour nap after lunch at their job. We don't do that. Actually, I would say that most Americans would say that if you take naps, it's kind of lazy. We think we consider it lazy, like you're just sleeping during the day. So yeah, it's weird. We have a culture that just always tells you to work, work, work. Hello, Samantha. Welcome. You liked the natural light before? Well, the problem with the natural light, Yara, is that the natural light is not consistent, right? So on days when I have a sunny day, I have sun. On days when it's a rainy day, I have nothing. So I need good lighting. And adding a little bit of color is what they told me is the best way to light your scene. I can change it, but let's see. I mean, adapt it a little bit and adjust it a little bit to be less blue, but I like the blue. I could make it purple or green. You could see my face better with the previous light? Really? I don't know. The light looks pretty bright to me. Again, I can make it a lot brighter. If you guys want me to make it brighter, I can make it a lot brighter. Yeah, Ahmed says in Spain also they have the siesta. Right. Remzi, what percent is U.S. inflation right now? I don't have any idea, Remzi. I try not to pay attention to that stuff. Semonthi, I am from Cincinnati, Ohio. Right. See, Bellin, that's what I thought. I didn't think that siestas was really a very common thing anymore. Well, everybody has an opinion about the light. Well, too bad, because it's my show and they're my lights, so I get to do whatever I want. Am I going to any open... What? Am I going to open any book clubs in here? A book club? What do you mean by a book club here? Jenny, we do have a specific topic today, kind of. At least I intended on teaching a topic today, but I'm just so tired, I feel like just talking. So, if you have any questions, just ask me. But I'll probably try to teach you something here about etymology soon. Okay? So if you have an English question, you can ask me whatever your English questions are. But I'll teach you a little bit about English root words soon. After I get a little more time to wake up. Ebtessum, I do have on Saturday mornings, yesterday morning, I do a half an hour live stream where I read an English book for you so that you can follow along and you can hear my pronunciation and ask about the vocabulary and things like that. Okay, so every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, from 9 o'clock to 9:30. Pawan wants to know how to use to have heard. I don't even know why you would want to use to have heard. Pawan, let me ask you a question, Pawan. Why do you want to know how to use that word? Don't ask questions about things that you're never going to use. Focus your studying on the things you actually need to improve, not words you're never going to use. Right? So, Pawan, instead of trying to find one word that you don't know how to use, try finding some topics that you could improve that are a little more general. Because, Pawan, if you just keep trying to learn everything just one word at a time, it's going to take you 5 lifetimes to learn English that way. Baby Pete, how to speak English clearly and fast. Don't worry about speaking English fast. No one cares how fast you speak a language. There's no race for speaking a language. Okay? You don't get awards for speaking a language more quickly. Okay? And then how do you speak more English more clearly? Well, practice and move your mouth and learn how to pronounce the English sounds more clearly, Baby Pete. That takes practice. Seventhly, I teach English only. I have never been to Sri Lanka. I'm sure it's a beautiful country. I would love to go there. Well, of course it doesn't look real, Nagin. How do you pronounce this? Wi-Fi and philosophy, Junior. Wi-Fi. It's an abbreviation. And philosophy. Is mimicking the right way to learn spoken English, Rishi? The right way to learn English, any English, spoken English, written English, listening English, whatever. Every way that you can learn English is the right way to learn English, Rishi. So yes, you should mimic, but you should try every other way of learning too. Okay? Yes, Bellin, English does have a lot of idioms. Could I explain how to pronounce the numbers? Sure, Alexander. It depends on how you're using those numbers, Alexander. In English, sometimes we say numbers one way, sometimes we say numbers another way. It depends on what kind of numbers we're talking about. For instance, the numbers that you have here, the first two numbers that you gave me, I could say them as 2050, or I could say them as 2050. It depends on what I'm talking about. If I was talking about how much money I have, then I would say $2,050. $2,050, okay? But if I was talking about a year, I might say in the year 2050. Okay? The second number, the same thing. If I was talking about what year is your car, I could say it's a 2005 car. Right? Now, can I say 205? No, I can't. So the first number, you could say 2050, or you could say 2050 if it's a year. If it's a year only. Okay? But the second number, you can really only say $2,005 and 2005 the year. Okay? There are a few people who say things like 2005, but not many when they're talking about years. Some people might say 2005, but that's a weird thing, and not many people do that. The next two numbers, you would say 205 and 20,005. Ali says most idioms are old-fashioned and useless to know. Ali, I would say that many idioms are old-fashioned and useless to know, but I definitely wouldn't say most. English uses a lot of idioms. And there are many idioms that are still very commonly used in modern English. Daisy says, sometimes I want to know, or I want to say something, but I don't know how to say that, but I can type everything that I want to say. Well, Daisy, then type it and then say it. Type it for yourself and then read what you typed. if you need to do that sometimes, then I think you should, if it helps you. How can you pronounce English pronunciation with me? Do you have any programs? English speaker, yeah. I have one show that I do entirely about pronunciation. But if you want me to help you with your pronunciation today, you can raise your hand in a little while. You can raise your hand in a little while, and then I will help you with your pronunciation, okay? Trina wants to know how to increase or enlarge your vocabulary. Read English books, Trina. Two steps forward. Yeah, we would usually say 2 steps forward, not 2 steps up. Occasionally, you could say 2 steps up. Like maybe if you were in a line, Anna, if you were at the amusement park and you're waiting for a roller coaster, maybe you're looking at your phone and the line is moving and you didn't pay attention. And somebody behind you might say, could you take 2 steps up, please? Or could you take 2 steps forward? Both would be okay. I think 2 steps forward is definitely more correct, or more common, I should say. If some words have a lot of meanings, is it necessary to learn all of them at the same time? Aaliyah says, and that's a good question, Aaliyah. I would say no. In most cases, Aaliyah, I think if you're learning new vocabulary, learn the main meanings of the words. And then if there's a secondary or tertiary meaning, then you can learn that later. Okay? Can I teach you English literature, Samantha? Well, kind of. I mean, again, part of what I do on my live streams is I do a live stream where I read some English books, and they're classic English books. So that would be English literature. Sometimes you get tired of learning English. How can you maintain your energy? Don't maintain your energy, Nagin. It's okay to get tired of things every once in a while. I think it's important to have something else to focus your energy on sometimes, so that you can take a break from the thing that you've been focused on before, right? So if you have another hobby or another thing that you do, sometimes you should put your English away for a little while and do that thing, right? So many of you know I love to cook. So when I need a break, I cook. Many of you know that I'm a musician. So if I need a break from cooking, I play music. Okay? So what I would say, Nagin, is finding ways to motivate yourself is important. You're right. But I think it's also important to know when you just need to pull the car over to the side of the road and take a nap. Right? When you're driving home from a long distance, everybody wants to get there quickly. But sometimes you need to know when you need to take a break. Is learning vocabulary one by one useful? Yes, but not effective. It's useful, but not effective. Samantha, today is a little bit cold here. Yeah, it's a rainy day. It's a cooler, rainy day here. I wouldn't say cold, but a cool, rainy day. there any way to become an English teacher without studying literature or going to college? Sure. It depends on what kind of English teacher you want to be. Ahmed wants me to pronounce the words word. There are 100 words you need to learn. Word. And then the other word that you want to say is world. 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 Osama, I didn't ignore you. What did I ignore? I don't think you asked me anything. What interesting books can I recommend for reading? Do I have any best books? Alexander, it depends on what kind of books you like to read. What type of books are you interested in? Tell me what you're interested in. Maybe I can make some suggestions for you. Aaliyah wants to know, made a mistake or make a mistake, which is correct? They're both correct. It depends on the context of the sentence, Aaliyah. One is past tense and one is present tense. Ooh. Wow. It's not a black shirt, actually. It's a blue shirt. To tell time below, let's see, 9:01. That's right, 9:01, 9:10, 9:11, 9:45. That's right. Now, there's another way to say time, though, Yara. You could also say 10 after 9, or quarter after 9, or quarter till 10. Some of those. 9:01 and 9:11, you would just say like that. But 9:10 and 9:45, you could also say as 10 after 9 and quarter to 10, or yeah. Do I have any suggestions about a good English channel for learning English? Yes. Right here. My channel. You want to be an elementary English teacher, what should you study exactly? If you want to be an elementary English teacher, I would say you need to get some English grammar books, and you need to understand basic English grammar very, very well. Okay? And then I would suggest you start learning as many English learning games as you can, Pacifist. Start looking online for ESL teaching games. Osama, yeah, that's, well, I wouldn't say that's always the way we do it, Osama, but usually that's the way we do it. You're right. When we're talking about money, you make it clear exactly what number, but with years, sometimes we make it quick. Not always. Okay? It's not about kidding about money, Osama. It's just there's a way to say numbers that's more clear. That's all. Bellin, you're having a good weather day there. I'm glad. Memo says, what's the most important technique for speaking without finding a native partner to speak with? Memo, if you can't find a native partner to speak with, then speak with anyone you can. Okay? I tell people to talk to your neighbor and talk to your boss and talk to your friends and your family. And if they don't speak English, then teach them English. When you teach them English, you're really learning and you're really helping them learn. And so it's great. And if you can't find someone to teach, then talk to your dog, talk to your TV, talk to the wall. I don't care. Just talk. That's the most important part. Do I know a good book for conjugation? Not really, Junior. I can't really think of one. I'll try to do a little looking later, Junior. I'll see if I can look online and see if I can find something for you. Okay? Oh, my Lord. Sometimes I don't know why I do this. I turn on the camera and people just start asking me thousands of questions. How can we practice English speaking to prepare for an English interview? Delilah, I think the most important thing for an interview is confidence. Confidence is something that you show in the way you speak, but it's also in your body language and the way you look. And, confidence is something that people can notice without you saying anything. When a confident person walks into the room, you know it. You can see the confidence on their face. You can see the confidence in their body. They don't have to say anything. So that's what I think is most important when you're preparing for an interview. Osama, you're not bothering me. Of course you're not bothering me. Heidi, if you want to improve your language from reading books will show you, it'll teach you new grammar. It will show you the proper way to use, it'll teach you new vocabulary. It'll show you the proper way to use grammar. Reading is a very useful way to improve your language. Okay, everybody. Guys, slow down with the questions a little bit, okay? I've got too many questions coming in. Okay, Samantha, I'm happy to answer your questions, but you're giving me too many questions to answer, okay? The main region in my country is the Midwest. I live in the middle of America. What festivals do we have in my country? We have the same festivals, like Christmas is the Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. These are the major holidays that we have. Anna is reading some Jean-Paul Sartre. Okay. Good for you. There are many beautiful places in America. Too many to tell you about. Samantha, I would say just do a search online for America Expedia travel videos. And there are many awesome travel videos from the company Expedia. And they have very clear English with subtitles and everything. Alexander, if you like sci-fi or fantasy, there is one author that I really, really do love that I would recommend. His name is R.A. Salvatore. He's a very famous fantasy author. So if you're looking for books like similar to The Lord of the Rings, then I would suggest him. There's one series that he wrote. He wrote a few different series of books, but one series of books, let me see if I can make sure I get the right name for it. I think it's called The Legend of Drizzt. Let's see here. Hold on. I'll give you a link to some of his books, because I'm a big fantasy fiction person as well, and I think he's one of the best writers. Okay, so here you go, Alexander. Enjoy. How to clearly spell S and TS. I think you mean pronounce S and ts, ts, ts. It's the same pronunciation. Let me think. Ts, ts. It's similar to the pronunciation, Trina, of the word for vegetable in Chinese. Cai, cai, TS, cai, 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 right? So that TS sound is similar to the Chinese sound for vegetables, the cai. What are my hobbies? I like to cook. I like to go fishing. I like to go hiking. How can you make the process of learning English faster? Focus on your weaknesses. That's how. Okay? People want to learn faster, but when people are learning, they always want to do the thing that they're good at. So that's fun when you do the thing that you're already good at, but it's not fun when you practice the things that you're not good at. So if you really want to work, if you want to improve faster, Jasmine, then make sure you're always working on the things that you're not good at. Okay? Jay says, it's my first day as a teacher tomorrow. Good luck, Jay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Yara, yeah, I'm a little bit tired, but hey, it happens. English origin is the same term like Anglo-Saxon, like Old English. Not exactly, Juliana. That's the point. The origins of English, there are many, many places where English words come from. English comes from Latin. It comes from Greek. It comes from German and French. There are some words that come from Arabic and Chinese, and there are many, many, many different places where English words come from, which is one of the reasons why English is difficult. Bellin, you put stickers all over your living room? Good for you. Happy Labor Day, Melissa. Labor Day weekend, I should say. Anurag says, I heard about the Burning Man event in America. Is it true? It's true. We have an event called Burning Man. I've never been to it, and I don't really know anything about it, Anurag, so I can't really tell you much about it. But yes, we do have a big music festival, art festival called Burning Man. Can I speak Chinese? Yes, 我会说中文。Samantha, the world at that's called a globe, Samantha. Yeah, it's called a globe. Oh man. Okay, wow. Can I recommend some movies for intermediate level, Heidi? What kind of movies do you like, Heidi? Tell me what kind of movies you like. Shino wants me to pronounce the word neonatal. Neonatal. Okay. When you say it slowly, the T is going to be very strong, but when you say it quickly, it's going to be a softer D. So neonatal or neonatal. Can I explain the phrasal verb in the wild? In the wild just means in nature, right? So deer live in the wild. Raccoons live in the wild. Okay? In the wild just means in nature. Rick Huang says, wow, I'm a cow. What does that even mean? Moo. Heidi wants some romantic movies. Okay. Heidi, there's a movie called The Princess Bride. And it's kind of a romantic comedy that's very funny. And there's a movie called Groundhog Day. It's also a romantic comedy. I can recommend those two, Heidi. Okay? Yeah, I do need a break, Yara. What kind of local music and food events do we have in Cincinnati? Ahmed, we have a lot of local music events here. You know, there's music festivals, a lot of different music festivals here, and we have a bunch of food festivals here also. Just do a search online, Ahmed. Just type in Cincinnati food events or Cincinnati music events, and or food festivals or Cincinnati music festivals, and you'll see many of them will come up. Okay. What's the best way to improve your pronunciation in English, Jasmine? This is for everyone here. When you're trying to improve your pronunciation, you need to figure out what are your problem sounds? What are the sounds that are most difficult for you to pronounce well, right? So find a few words that are hard for you to say, and then look at that word and say, oh, well, it's the CH sound or the TH sound or it's the F sound that's difficult for me in this word. Then find every other word that you can that uses that same sound and start practicing all of those words every day. Okay? Daya, the topic today is English origins. Means where English words come from. But I'm tired, so I'm taking any questions that I can handle. It means I'm a Superman. Okay, I didn't know that. What would I like to suggest to the Hello Talk team to implement next in this application? Anurag, I made a suggestion to them that they're working on now. And hopefully it will come out, I hope, by the end of the year. They're going to add a feature on the app where you have a map that will show a pinpoint for where all of your friends are. So every time you talk to somebody around the world, you'll see a little pinpoint on your map showing where you've talked to somebody. And I think that's cool because it'll show, how you've been able to use your language to talk to different people around the world. And it'll be a way for you to be able to keep track of how many friends you have around the world in different countries. I'm from Cincinnati in America. That's correct. Yes, reading newspapers can also improve your vocabulary. Melissa, I'm not in a bad mood today. I'm just tired. Okay? I'm just tired. And, I don't think, I think that it's hard for you to imagine what it feels like to be me. It's constantly, I feel like I'm trying to play ping pong with 10 people asking me questions, and I have to hit all the questions constantly. What will life be like in the future? I have no idea. I have no idea. Daya, I'm just tired because I was up late last night, that's all. Anurag, a good dictionary is great, but I think a thesaurus is better for you. Get a thesaurus. What are bills? Bills, Hanai, bills is what you pay when you buy something, right? So if you go to a restaurant and you order some food, they're going to give you a bill. It'll say, you ordered this food, this is how much money you pay. That's the bill. If you have water for your house and heat or electricity for your house, they send you a bill in the mail. Okay, and that's what you pay. I am pooped. I am pooped a little bit, yes. Pooped means tired, everyone. Heidi, will anybody be on stage today? Yeah, I'm going to invite some people on the stage here soon. Oh, they should implement a good dictionary in the app like Cambridge or Oxford. They could, Anurag, but I don't know why you necessarily have to have that in the app. It's not that difficult just to open up another app. You know, that's what I do. I have a dictionary app on my phone and I just use that. It would be useful, Anurag, but, you know, when you're making an app, sometimes you need to remember that sometimes it's better to keep things simple and not make it too complicated. So if they add a dictionary to the app, now they have to be responsible for making sure that dictionary works well. I wouldn't want that responsibility. I'm worried about making sure my app works well. I would rather you just use another app for the dictionary. So, Anurag, it's like a good restaurant. Almost every bad restaurant in the world, there's one thing that they have in common. Every bad restaurant has a big menu. They're doing too much. They're trying to do too many things well. If I go into a restaurant and I open up the menu and I only see 10 things on the menu, I know that they do those 10 things very well because they only have 10. But if I open up a menu and there's 4,000 things on the menu, the food's probably not good because no one can cook 4,000 things really well. So that's the way I look at the app, Anurag. I would rather them not make it too complicated in adding too many features because then nothing will be good. So I would rather them just focus on their app doing the thing their app does well. And that's it. Is reading good for improving your English speaking? Of course it is. And reading out loud or reading aloud. Samantha, yes, there's the other form of the word bill is talking about some political a political document, right? Something that they're going to discuss about something they'd like to propose. That's a bill. But that's not the most common way we use it. Hello, Mara. Thank you for coming. How to pronounce time? Time. Omaima, if you have problems in pronunciation, you don't know the difference between American accent and British accent. Omaima, I think you should just pick one. Just choose one. Don't try to do both British and English, or British and American accent, okay? Don't worry about speaking quickly, Heidi. Don't worry about speaking quickly. Why does anyone care how fast you speak? In my whole life, I've never thought in my head, maybe after I had a conversation with someone, I just talked to this guy. And now I walk away and now I think, wow, he spoke so fast. I'm so impressed with how fast he spoke. I can't believe he's such a fast speaker. I wish I could speak fast like him. No one ever thinks like that. So why are you worried about speaking fast? Okay, so Manu says, because we don't understand when someone talks so fast. Okay, if you don't understand when someone talks fast, ask them to speak more slowly. It's very simple. Instead of forcing yourself to listen quicker, why not just ask them to speak more slowly? Ahmed, if you're trying to learn English to understand rap songs, I can't help you. I'm not here to help you understand rap songs. Okay? Eminem speaks too fast. There, I said it. Okay? But it's just silly. Okay? It's really silly how many people are worried about speaking quickly. I don't understand it. There's no reason. There is no reason to speak fast. When I learn any other language, I'm not worried about speaking quickly. If I speak Spanish, I'm not thinking, oh, geez, I need to say it quickly or I won't sound good. No. I'll say, mucho gusto. Really slow. That's okay. Which one is better? When I say mucho gusto or mucho gusto? Okay, Alyssa makes a good point. You're right. It's not about speaking quickly. It's about thinking quickly. Now, that is good, but that's not the same thing as speaking quickly. Yes, Summer said it well. Fast does not mean good. What I tell you is this, Summer. Learning a language is not about speed. Learning a language is about control. Okay? You're trying to learn to have control of your mouth. Okay? If someone's speaking too quickly, just ask them to speak more slowly. Excuse me, could you speak a little bit slower, please? It's very simple. Mucho gusto, Belen. I thought you might like that. Thank you for the gifts, Adnan. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. Okay, everyone, listen. Let me tell you one more thing. No one cares how fast you speak. That's number one. No one cares how fast you speak. So stop trying to speak quickly. That's one. Okay? And the other thing, what did somebody ask me here? What was this other question? How can you sound more like a native speaker? No one cares about that either. When I speak Chinese, if I speak Chinese, it's very easy for anyone who's listening to me. They'll know I'm American. But they will understand my Chinese completely. So, I don't care. I'm not thinking, oh, they understand me, but I don't feel very good about my Chinese because they know that I'm American. I want them to think I was born in Beijing. If they don't think I was born in Beijing, then my Chinese is not good. That's so stupid. That's so stupid. No one cares. No one cares. English, language, everyone. Language is not about perfection. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. Language is about communication and expression. You just need to be able to express yourself. That's all. Okay? So, I'm not going to help you sound like a native speaker. Nothing will. There is nothing that can help you sound like a native speaker. The only way you can sound like a native speaker is if you can be born here. So stop trying to sound like a native speaker and wasting your time trying to sound like a native speaker. No one cares. You can speak English and speak very clearly and have an accent, and that's okay. So if you're from Indonesia and you speak English and you have an accent from Indonesia, no problem. If you're from Vietnam and you speak English with an accent from Vietnam, no problem. Okay? My grandmother is from here, but she had a European accent. She's an American, but she had a European accent. Okay? So, if you're coming to my live streams, don't ask me how you can sound like a native speaker. I'm going to tell you I don't care. And I'm not going to help you because it's a waste of your time. Yeah, it's a waste of your time. Okay? Accents, everyone. Accents are like crayons. Okay? Look at this box of crayons. It's a beautiful box of crayons. And look at all those beautiful colors. So many colors, right? Okay? Your accent is your color. When you tell me that you want to sound like an American, you're telling me you want to change your color to be like the other color. So you're saying you want a box of crayons with only one color. No, Wahi, no, you don't understand me. I didn't say that. No. There are many Algerians who speak English fluently. There are many Japanese who speak English fluently. There are many Chinese who speak English fluently. Speaking fluently has nothing to do with sounding like a native speaker. It's not the same thing. Speaking fluently just means you can express yourself well in that language. It doesn't mean you sound like you were born in America. Okay? Okay, Wahi, maybe they do, but who cares? It doesn't matter, Wahi. It's a waste of time to try to sound like you were born here. It's a waste of time. Life is short. Right, they just talk clearly. That's all you need to worry about. Just speak clearly. I am not going to help you sound like a native speaker. I will help you sound clear. Okay? That's it. Okay? So again, listen to me about accents. This is the way you should think about accents. Accents are like crayons, okay? And your accent is your color. I don't want you to lose your color. I want you to keep your color. But when you're drawing with a crayon, if your crayon is dull, then you can't draw a clear picture. right? If I have a dull crayon, if the crayon is very dull, and I want to draw a very small happy face, can I draw a really small happy face with a dull crayon? I can't. You won't know what it is. You won't be able to see it, right? The picture won't be clear. But if I sharpen my crayon, now I can draw a picture with a clear smiley face. So that's what I want you to do with your accent. I don't want you to lose your accent. I just want you to sharpen it. I just want you to sharpen it. That's it. Okay? Yes, sharpen it. Make it more sharp. Make it more clear, Lily. Buenos dias, Amanda. Okay, I am tired of talking, so raise your hand if you want to come talk with me so that I don't have to talk so much. Okay? Raise your hand and come talk to me so that I don't have to talk so much. Yes, to sharpen it. Sharpen. SHARPEN. Sharpen something. Okay? Who wants to talk with me? Raise your hand. Okay, let's talk with Bella. And how about Giselle? And hello, Bella.
Hi.
And Zoe. How are you, Bella?
I'm good. And you?
I'm good. Hello, Giselle.
Hi, Mark. Hi,
hello,
I'm
Zoe.
fine
How are
today.
you? Good. Giselle, can you hear me, Giselle? Hello, Giselle. Can you hear me? Giselle. Hello. Giselle in Spain. Hello, mucho gusto. Okay, we'll wait for a few minutes and see if Giselle comes in a minute here. Bella, how are you today?
I'm good, but I'm quarantining at home.
Oh, no. No fun.
Because the whole city is like this too.
Yeah, I talked to another Chinese friend of mine last night, and that's what they said too. They said it's all locked down. So, Bella, do you have any English questions for me today, or anything you want to ask me about?
I don't have the questions in English, but I have the questions in other languages.
Okay, like what?
Like, do you know Spanish? And there are the pronunciation like they can play the lingo.
Right, I know a little bit of Spanish, right? So what's your problem with Spanish pronunciation?
I'm not learning the Spanish. I'm learning the Swedish and the Russian, and
Swedish and
this yeah, they both have to play the lingo.
right? Okay, yeah.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
Do you know how to play it?
I don't. No. Yeah, I can't speak Swedish, and I only know a few words in Russian, so I'm not familiar enough with that, Bella.
Okay. You're welcome. It's okay.
Yeah, thank you. What about you, Zoe? Do you have any English questions for me today or culture questions?
Yeah. Yesterday I asked you a question related to language. I asked you, how can I use the new vocabulary to make a conversation? No, yesterday you told me I can use the new words, not just talking in this app. I should use the new words or new vocabulary to communicate with others. So today I learned some new vocabulary. I try to use them to say some sentences to you. You can check it for me, maybe.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Before I just know how to use the word dye. Dye the hair means with the color.
Mm-hmm.
And
Why?
today I learned, yeah, make my hair permed. That means make my hair with the curls. Yeah, so
That's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
perm. And also another word I learned from another live stream, that is fragmenting. If another people cannot make us listen clearly, that is fragmenting. Something like fragmenting. Do you know that?
Um. Well, the word fragment. A fragment means a small part of something, a small piece of something.
A
Okay.
small piece of.
Yeah. So, I don't know if I would call that fragmenting. When people talk, like if they say like, "Well,
Yeah.
we call that stuttering.
What is that?
I'll type it for you.
Okay. Can I say breaking? She is breaking or something like that. Stutter.
No, stutter. Yes, stuttering.
Stutter. Okay,
Yeah.
stutter.
If you have a stutter,
Uh-huh.
then you do this. I like to go.
Yeah.
That's called a stutter.
Yeah,
Okay.
stutter. Okay, I know that
Yes.
stutter.
So you could say, "Oh well, I his language is good, but he has a little bit of a stutter."
Yeah,
Or
a little bit stutter.
sometimes we say he's a stutterer.
Stutter.
It's hard to pronounce because it's stutterer. Yeah, yeah. So to stutter and stuttering and then stutterer is a person who has a stutter.
Okay, stutter.
Mhm.
Okay, and okay, and also another phrase. If I want to dry, I can say I hang my clothes to dry on the clothesline.
Yes, I hung my clothes. Hung would be past tense. 过去式的 HUNG.
Okay, hung,
Yeah,
hung my clothes to dry on the clothesline.
that's correct. Yeah.
Yes, and also, yesterday and today there is a typhoon in Shanghai. So I want to describe that situation. Yeah, I want to, because that when the typhoon comes, yeah, the weather becomes so unpredictable. Maybe the last moment, yeah, the sun hung in the sky, and next moment the heavy rain comes and also goes quickly. Can I say that? Something like that. How to
Let me
describe
think.
typhoon?
Let me think. How would I describe that?
Okay.
Let me look here.
Typhoon. Yeah, a typhoon.
Maybe I would say Yeah, that's a hard one to think about how I would describe that. Because really it's just like the quickly changing weather, right?
Yes. Quickly.
The same thing here, Zoe, when we have tornadoes where one minute it looks beautiful and then the next minute it's like really bad. So, but I don't think we really have a word for that I can think of.
How about unpredictable? Or
yeah, you could say that. You can definitely say, the weather is when there's a typhoon, the weather is unpredictable. But I think I might say fast changing.
Yeah, faster changing. The weather. Can I say the weather? The weather.
The fast changing weather, or the weather is fast changing. And I would probably put a hyphen between that, like this. Let me show you.
Changeable.
The fast changing weather, like this.
Yes, and the heavy cloud goes so quickly, fast.
Yeah. But we don't have a word to talk about how quickly that comes. We call that when the sky has all clouds and there's no sky. Yeah, an overcast sky is a sky that has that says like the sky gets gray very quickly. Yeah, we don't really have a word to talk about how fast it goes. We just say overcast.
Sky.
Yeah, you could just say the sky became overcast very quickly and the bad weather moved in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that. And also
Giselle, if you're there, Giselle, yeah, I don't know what happened to your connection, but if you want to, you can try to raise your hand again, Giselle, and I'll try to bring you back up on stage, okay? So try to raise your hand again, Giselle, and I'll try again.
Yeah,
okay, what else, Zoe?
Outdate. I know it's me in something maybe. Can I say I use the new clothes to update my old clothes? How to use the outdate to make a sentence? Outdate use.
Outdate. OUTDATE.
Outdate.
Okay. Outdate is a word that we use. Usually we use that word in past tense. So we don't say outdate, we say outdated. Outdated. Yeah. So outdated means something that you're using that's not cool anymore. Right? So, for instance, Zoe, in the 1980s, when I was a boy, we used to say the word, right? So when I was a boy, people would say, "Oh wow, that's so rad," or "That's so rad and so amazing," right? But that word is outdated now. Right? If I use that word now, people will be like, what year were you born? Like, you're so old. That word is so old, right? So, yeah, outdated means that you're using something that's not in fashion.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there are a few situations, Zoe, where you probably can use present tense version of outdate, but not many. Almost every when I think of the word outdate, almost everything I think of in my head, almost every example is in past tense. Yeah.
Okay. I know that. Thank you so much. I try to use the new vocabulary to make sentence today. I think that is a good way to remember, because if I just remember the meaning of the word, next day I will forget if I don't use.
Zoe, what they say is if you're trying to learn a new word, you should try to use that word at least 7 times in one day. But that's really hard to do, right? Because, maybe the word you're learning is academic, right? How are you going to use the word academic 7 times in one day? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a word that we use very commonly. So it's very weird to be using that word a lot. But Zoe, that's why it works, right? So, if I'm talking with my friends and I use the word academic and I say, well, I really need to focus on my academics. And, when I was in school, academics were my strong point. Yes, it's weird because I'm using the word academic a lot. But that's why it's good, because you're going to remember it. Because you use this word too many times, now you'll remember it because it's kind of weird, right? Remember, Zoe, weird things stay in your brain. Use your new vocabulary. Make a weird sentence.
Yeah.
Because a weird sentence you will remember. Like a normal sentence you won't remember because it's too normal.
Yes, just like the word outdate, I cannot find a proper sentence, but I remember it because it's difficult to find a sentence.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And also, Mark, there is another question. Yeah, I have a sentence. If I want to, according to the sentence, to raise a question for another person, how to practice that kind of ability to give the questions, such as the sentence, maybe his 94th birthday is coming. Now he is preparing for his birthday party. I want to give the question and to get the answer with the number 19/4. Yeah. If you were me,
what kind of question will I ask if I want to know how old someone is? What, I'm a little confused about.
Yeah. Because the sentence
okay,
is just
right.
now,
Just now his 94th birthday is coming. Okay.
His 94th birthday is coming.
Okay.
Yeah. The sentence is in a passage, and after reading the passage, I want to give a question to get the answer about the number. I want to raise a question and another one. Yeah.
What birthday is he celebrating? You could just, what birthday is he celebrating? He's celebrating his 94th birthday.
What birthday? Can I say that? What birthday? What birthday he want to celebrate?
What birthday is he celebrating?
Celebrating. That means okay. He can answer that the 94th birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. What birthday is he going to celebrating? Can I say that?
Yeah. What birthday is he going to celebrate? Yeah, he's going to celebrate his 94th birthday. Yeah.
Okay. I know that because I find a lot of information or the Chinese meaning, but I can't get that question. What birthday is he going to celebrate?
That's right. Yeah. What birthday is he going to celebrate? He's going to celebrate his 94th birthday.
Okay. And I don't know whether you have more time. I have also another question. Okay, thanks, Mark. I want to ask some questions related to the
I
teaching
always have
skills.
time for
Yeah,
you, Zoe.
usually I know you are English teacher, right? If there is a passage, if there is a passage you want to your students understand the whole passage, maybe I want
Mhm.
them to know the general idea of the passage, the main idea, the first step maybe. And next, I want them to know some details about the passage. And I should use a series of questions, the topic related question to get the details. But uh, how to find the specific
Well,
question
Zoe,
and the meaningful question
are you
and
writing
the
these
question
questions
for
and
some
you're writing
details.
these passages?
For me, I don't know what kind of question or is proper. Write some not very suitable, the high quality questions for me. I want to improve.
Well, Zoe, that's a hard one to answer. What I would say is, uh, it's too much work for you to write the
Okay.
stories and write the questions. Don't.
Hi, Zoe. Another Zoe.
Get a book that already has stories and questions. So let me show you one. Wait a minute.
What? Okay.
It's called Six-Way Pair. So this is by Walter Pauk. Six-way paragraphs. So this book, I like this book because look, it has a story, but look how short. It's a very short, maybe 6 or 7
Okay.
questions. So every story is just a very short story, then some questions. And this one is the middle level, but
Okay.
they have a beginner level, middle level, and advanced level. Okay. So this is a great book because they're very short stories, and then they give you some questions to answer about the story.
Okay. So I can learn how to give the questions.
You can learn how to give the questions, but you have to make the curriculum. The curriculum means what your students are studying, right? So if you have to make the curriculum and you have to create the curriculum, that's a lot more work.
Yes.
Sometimes create the curriculum.
Yeah, I'm on
Some
the
of
way
the stuff
to
I like to
find a
create it because I
suitable way
think
for me to teach,
my
and
time
I want
writing
to
stories and creating a
want
curriculum when
to
there's a great book here.
learn how to teach the reading and how to teach the listening and maybe the vocabulary. Maybe I need a lot of time. I should think about that. What is my students' needs and something like that. Recently, I want to do some research about that and try in some students.
Well, you're doing good, Zoe, because if you're a teacher and your students need, then you're doing well. Okay. So, but
Yeah.
you're doing, so
And
what can I,
I
and,
think you have formed your own in the beginning.
It does take some time
of the exercise.
But it's okay, Zoe, because, some things you can try a lot of things. Some are going to work and some won't work. Okay. And that's okay. And sometimes, Zoe, maybe the things that work for me won't work for you.
Yes, I want.
Right. My style is my style. Your style is your style.
I try to find some activities that is suitable in the reading class. Let them understand the story or let them to know the vocabularies and can to use the words before just to recite. Not good.
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks so much, Mark. Always you give me a lot of solution to some specific questions or problems. Thank you.
No problem. No problem, Zoe. All right, Zoe, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to see if I can talk to a couple other people here, though. All right, thanks, Zoe. Take care. Bye-bye. Sunny, right now we were just talking about, I was just answering Zoe's questions, but if you have any English questions, just ask them. But if you guys can just wait for just a minute, I'm going to go. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. It's 10:30, everybody. I'm going to take a short break here now. I need a little break just to take a little rest.